Hey, what's going on, guys? I just wanted to do an update on my Dark Magician deck profile. It's been working really well with the build that I have now, so I think it's time to finally get it up there. Alright, so for starters, 3 copies of Dark Magician, because he's the best card in the deck. I mean, maybe not the best card, but he's the heart of the deck. Everything revolves around him. 3 copies of Magician of Dark Illusion. 3 copies of Magician's Rod, 1 copy of Magician's Robe, 1 copy of Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, and 2 Max C's. That actually does it for the monsters. Now a ton of monsters in here. More to explain in a second. Alright, so 3 copies of Dark Magical Circle. This is probably the best card in the deck. Every time you summon a Dark Magician, you get to target a card and banish it. And you summon Dark Magician a lot. 2 copies of Illusion Magic. Tribute to Spellcaster, get Dark Magician to your hand. 1 copy of Dark Magic Attack. Dark Magic Attack is even better now because you can use Eternal Soul to bring it straight to your hand. 3 copies of Card of Demise. Okay, so because I'm playing Card of Demise in here, it actually is part of the reason I'm running some of the cards I am. Like, I wasn't running Magician's Robe previously, but because I can activate Robe's effect in the graveyard, I don't mind discarding it for at the end of my turn of a Demise, so it makes Robe a little bit better. Or like, you can activate Rod's effect in the graveyard. You can actually activate a couple more cards that I play in the graveyard. Navigation being one of them. And so Card Demise just like lets you get through the deck really fast because it's a lot of spells and traps. Then 2 copies of Pot of Duality and 2 copies of Allure Darkness. I know I can play 3 Allures, but 3 was just kind of too much. Too much banishing of my dark monsters, and so 2 is much better. 1 copy of Raigeki, and then 1 copy of Upstart Goblin. That does it for the spells. And in the traps, we got 3 copies of Eternal Soul. This is the other contender for the best card in the deck, because you can special summon Dark Magician like every turn from the graveyard, and protects your Dark Magician from card effects, so that's really awesome. Then 2 copies of Magician's Navigation. So Navigation can not only get the Dark Magician out of your hand, but it can also, you can banish it from your graveyard to negate spell and trap card effects as long as you control a Dark Magician. And so this is, like I was saying, this is a card you can ditch off of Card Demise if you have to. You don't have any place to set it, so you can get some negation power going. 2 copies of Drowning Air Force. There are a lot of times where during your opponent's turn you'll have no monsters on the field, and that's not because you can't summon monsters, because you usually have the ability to, but I've left my board clear and let my opponent attack into a Drowning Air Force just so I can be like, okay, now bring out all this other stuff, and they have no way of getting around it then. 2 copies of Breakthrough Skill. Again, don't mind discarding it off the Demise. Really good against Infinity. It's really good to be able to, it's nice to be able to discard or to banish it on your turn to negate monster effects. So that's really good. I like getting doubling up on my effects too, getting it, both on the field and on the graveyard. 2 copies of Solemn Strike and 1 copy of Solemn Warning. Round out the main deck. 40 cards. And then the extra, we got 2 copies of Ebon Illusion, 1 copy of Draco Sack, 1 copy of Master of Blades, 1 copy of Thunder Charger, 1 copy of Big Eye, 1 copy of Ebon High, one copy of Red Eyes Flare Metal, one copy of Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon, one copy of Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. This is mostly just because you can use Absolute's effect to summon Rebellion Dragon, which puts another 3k beater in the field. One copy of Grand Pulse, one copy of Leviair, one copy of Dante, one Azure Eyes, and one Stardust Charge Warrior. No, there are no tuners in the main deck, but in the side deck, I do have, what's his name? There he is, Nighttime Sorcerer. And that's how you go into those cards. Alright, so that's the profile. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.